Hello friends, welcome to my channel Engineer by Passion. Work less to do more. This is the second video in the video series Let's Get Smarter at Work. The focus of the series is to make your work simpler, easier and more accurate by the use of MS Excel functions, thereby making you smarter. So before I start, let me ask you a couple of questions. How do you join two text strings? By concatenate? Or is there something easier? Second, how do you manage the similarity of comments when multiple users are using a similar Excel file? Or how do you restrict the user from entering a wrong value? Another, while using VLOOKUP, what is the purpose of writing a false or a zero at the end? What if you write 1 or true? In this video, we are going to see some of the most common and important functions of MS Excel. In this part, we would see VLOOKUP, concatenate, and alternate to concatenate and data validation. The first function that we are going to see in this video is concatenate. This is the very basic function. It is used to join two or more text strings. If we go at the syntax, it is equal to concatenate text1, text2, text3 and so on. I have made a table for the demonstration of the functions. It is basically a price list of various electronic items. It consists of item name, brand, model, product code and price. Item name has items like laptop, mobile, watch, television, etc. As you can see, every item has multiple entries, like laptop has multiple entries, but still they are separated or unique by their brand name. For example, laptop Dell and laptop Apple. Again, we have a laptop HP. So every item has been distinguished by the use of brand name. So let's go to our question. The question is, add a unique name in column D comprising of item name and brand name separated by a hyphen. So this item name is not unique because there are multiple laptop or multiple mobiles. So we have to create a unique name by comprising of item name and the brand name separated by a hyphen. Means we will make the use of concatenate function to combine these two strings such that they are separated by a hyphen like this: monitor hyphen Dell. So let's see how the concatenate function works. Like any other function, we will first enter equal to concatenate, double click on it, then we'll go to the insert function option, fx. As you can see, the text1 and text2 are there. In text1, as per the question, we have the item name, so we will directly select item name. Text2, it is not the brand name, it is actually a hyphen, so we will enter hyphen manually. In text3, we will select the brand. So as you can see, this is the item name hyphen the brand. Okay, now we can see that the strings have already been combined. Now we have to copy this formula or copy this function in the all the cells. So either we can do Control C and Control V like this, or we can do a flash. We use the flash fill option in case our data is very big. For using flash fill, you have to go to the right bottom option like this here of the cell. Now you can see a black color plus mark. If you double click this black color plus mark, everything, the item that is written in the cell will be copied till the last cell like this. So now we have seen how the concatenate function actually works. We have made a unique name. Now we are going to discuss the VLOOKUP function. It is the most common and useful function to look up a value in a table by matching on the first column and return any required value from the other table. What do I mean by that is, when we have to use VLOOKUP, when do we have to use the VLOOKUP option? Suppose I have this price list. I have some value corresponding to this unique name or any other value, means these values are currently in this Excel. In case I want to look up or I want to find the price in some other Excel corresponding to this name, then I can use the VLOOKUP function. Let's see how. I will just copy these names to another sheet. I have the billing counter sheet back here. I have already copied it. As you can see, now in this Excel, there is no price or no model number or nothing is there. If I want to get the value corresponding to these names from that Excel, then what I have to do is to look up these values in that table vertically. So VLOOKUP is the vertical lookup that the Excel will do. Lookup means to find. Excel will go on finding this, and whenever it finds this particular cell value, then any corresponding value that is in front of that cell in the other sheet will be reflected here as per our command. So let's see how to do it. Before that, I will just explain what is the syntax of VLOOKUP. If we look at the syntax of VLOOKUP, we find VLOOKUP, lookup value, comma table array, comma column index number, comma range lookup. What is lookup value? It is the value that we are looking for from the other table. For example, items name like laptop Dell. The point to be remembered is that this value should match the value in the other table. Basically, lookup value is something that we are going to find from the other table. For example, if I have to find this laptop Dell price, then this laptop Dell is going to be my lookup value, means I have to find laptop Dell in the other list, right? I hope you got it. The next is table array. Table array, the range or the table range in which you are looking for the value, means my master list from which I would be looking for the values. In this case, my table array is this. The one thing that anyone should remember is that the first column that we are selecting in the table array should contain the value that we have given in the lookup value. Means the very first column must have, then only VLOOKUP will work. Means if in case I select my table array as this from item name, then what Excel will do is it will tend to find the lookup value in this column B, and it won't be able to find, so it will result me in an NA. So I won't get the required result. So what we have to do is we have to see the point to be noted. Lookup value must be in the first column of the table array. I hope you got this again. Next is column index number. Column index number is the column number of the range from which we want the corresponding value against the lookup value. For example, if I go to the price list, this is my table array now. Let's say I want the price, then the column index number would be the number of the sequence number of column from this row itself, this column itself. Means this is the first, D is first, second E, third F, and fourth is G. So the column index number is going to be 4. In case I want the price, in case I want the product code, then the column index number would be 3. In case I want the unique name itself, then the column index number could be 1. In case I want the model, then the column index number has to be 2. The next thing we have is range of the lookup. Range of the lookup is actually something of your choice. Means, do you want the exact match? If yes, then write 0 or false. Do you want the approximate match? If yes, then write 1 or true. By the word exact match or the approximate match means the Excel will go on searching the lookup value in the table array, but if in case it does not find the exact match, then it will return any value if we have entered 0 or false in the range lookup. Means it is definitely only, it will answer only when it finds the exact value. This will not work in text. Means this range lookup option only works for numbers. For example, if I have a number range, then we will see this in an example further. Do you want the approximate match? Means if the values does not match exactly, so then also the Excel will return me a value, but it will be an approximate match. Means somewhere nearby value within the sheet would be found, and Excel will return me that value against the lookup value. Let's see the example. Now suppose this is my unique name. I want I want to get some data from the price list in this column C. Let me put a border first. Now if I want to get any value from this price list, then few things I'll just say once again, that while selecting the table array, the lookup value column must be at the first. Another thing, that VLOOKUP only goes right, it cannot go left. Means any value that we are going to find or we are going to get the answer must be in right of the first column. It can never be on the left side. In case in your data there is this value or this unique name is or similar value that has that contains the lookup value is at the left side or is that at the right side, so you have to change your table in this form, in such a format that all other values whose answer you want are at the right of this particular lookup value column. Now let's go to the this Excel again and just apply the formula. Is equal to VLOOKUP. Now what I have is in the insert function option, this is the lookup value. Lookup value is what we want to find. So here we want to find laptop Dell. Table array is from where we want to find. So we want to find in this price list. So what is the table array? As I told you earlier, this the lookup value must be in the very first column. If I select from B, it won't work. So I have to select from column D to, let's say, G. This is the column index number. So suppose if I want price, then I will select the fourth column, counting from the first column D, means the column that is the start of the table array. This is 1, 2, 3 and 4. I want the value of the fourth column, so I'll just write 4. And in range lookup, just because it is a text, it has to match exactly. So I'll write a 0, or I can even write false and just press OK. So as you can see, the value or the price of the laptop Dell is 50,000. We can just do a random check. We'll just copy it, and the laptop Dell price, you can see it is 50,000. So now we can again do some flash fill like this. As you can see, all the prices have already been copied. All the formula has already been copied, and the prices we can find. Now uh, in case, let's see, if we want the product code, then what can we can do? We just have to change this column index number. Right now it is 4 because the price list is at 4th column from the unique name column. If we want the price, the item code, product code, so let's see where is the product code. As we see, product code is an F column, means 1, 2 and 3 in the 3rd column, so we can write the value as 3 and OK. So you see the value has changed. Now it is 100. 100 is the product code of laptop Dell, and similarly all other cell values have changed to the product code. In case we ask for the model, then what? We just have to write 2. Okay, 2020. This is the model. In case we just want the same value that is there, means laptop Dell and what it found in the other Excel, then also we can write 1. Then see, it gave me the value in the very first column from the price list. This is the very first column, then it is written laptop Dell, so laptop Dell is my answer again. I hope you understood the basic use of VLOOKUP function. The example we saw was an exact match example. In case we want a approximate match example, then let's see what we have to do. For approximate match, the lookup value should only be a number. So we will just go to the price list again, and we will just copy the product code because it has to be a number. I'll just copy it, paste it back here. Now if I want to have the price list here, so I will just again apply the VLOOKUP, and I want to have the price list against the item code. So let's see how to do it. Equals to VLOOKUP, same lookup value is this table array is now the first column cannot be from the unique name because whatever we have in the lookup value must be in the first column. So my table array has to be F and G or anything I can take further. So now what is my column index number? I want to get the price list. It is in the second column, so I'll just write 2, and here I can either write 1 or 0. Let's see, if I write 0 means false as we did earlier, then it return me this value. I'll just flash fill it now. As we can see, just because this is an exact match, if I change this number to 101, it shows me an NA, an error. If we see this here, I don't find any value like 101, so it did not give me any value against any price against this 101 because we used the exact match. We used the exact match 0. In case we would have written 1 or true, then let's see what it does. It has given me a value, means in case there is a number in the lookup value and we want the approximate match value as our answer, then we can use this true or 1 in the range lookup. I hope you got it. Let's try something else. If I do 107, 107 is also not there in this list, as you can see, but 107 also took a value. in the ascending order, means it took the value of 105, 35,000 for 105. So it took the value of a number that is lesser, the first number value that is lesser than this, the value we have entered. It will take the value of that against that column, that cell value. So this was the approximate match. Now we will go a little bit deeper within the VLOOKUP function. So we are now going to make an invoice that will definitely increase our confidence in handling the VLOOKUP, and we can also see the depth of the function. What we are going to do here is, this is a sample invoice that I have made. It consists of item name, item code, quantity, unit price, amount, and the total price. So what we will do is, we will first put, let's say we have to create the bill in the invoice. We have to name the item from that has been sold here. For example, laptop Dell, or TV Samsung, television Samsung, and we want the item code to be updated automatically. Then we will just give the quantity and the unit price, and the amount shall also be done automatically. So let's see how to do it. Now I can write here laptop Dell in case the laptop Dell has been sold. But as you can see, I have to write, and I can even do some mistake while writing it in the spelling or anything else. So I will use some data validation here, as we saw earlier. So let's do some data validation. In all these cells, I will select all these cells. I will go to the data tab, data validation. Yes. Right now it allows any value, so anything can be entered now, but now we want a particular list of values only. So we will just change this to list, and this is the source, means what is the list, or where is the list. So what we will do is, we will just drag it here, and this is my list of items. So I will just give the range and press OK. So now you can see that it has given me a drop down menu where I can select whatever product has been sold. For example, let's say laptop Dell has been sold, or television Samsung, or anything, watch Titan, the item code. So now we can apply the VLOOKUP function so that automatically it gets us the item code. The lookup value is this item name. Table array is going to be that from the price list. Table array has to be this, and the item code is in the third column as we discussed earlier. So we will just write 3 and exact match 0, and see the item number is already available now. The quantity we will provide, let's say 3 items have been sold out. The unit price we can again find from the VLOOKUP option. I will just copy this function only and put it here. The only difference is that now it is just all I have to change is, I just have to change this 3 to 4 because the price was in the 4th column. So I'll just press OK, and as you can see, the value of the price of the watch Titan has already been updated here. The amount is, what would be the amount? Amount would be unit price multiplied by the quantity. So I will put equals to this multiplied by this, enter. This is the total amount. Let's say some other thing is also sold. For example, tablet Samsung. I will just copy the formula down. Just copy things here. Now as you can see, the quantity, if we enter 5 tablets have been sold, enter. So the cost is here. Here I have already put the sum formula. So As you can see, again I will put the sum formula here, equals to sum this range enter. So now what we have to do is, now we can just enter the things easily without doing any extra effort. We can just we just have to do simple basic things, and all the bill, all the invoice will be generated automatically. We have used data validation as well and the VLOOKUP function as well. We have multiplied the unit price with the quantity to get the total price and added for the final price. So this is the depth of the VLOOKUP function. I hope you got this. And there are a few other things that have to be known before using VLOOKUP. Means the common errors that we do. I'll just discuss them. See, points to remember. Points to remember. VLOOKUP only looks right. What if you find some error? What could be the chances that there are errors in your VLOOKUP? The first one could be the lookup value does not exist in the table. Means whatever you are going to find does not actually exist in the table. Means if we see our example here, then this value laptop Dell, if this laptop Dell would not be in my price list, let's say if I delete this, then it would result in an NA. I hope you're getting this. The other thing, the other error, the possible error, lookup value is misspelled, contains extra space. In case in my Excel, if I put an extra space anywhere, then also it will give me an error. Other one, the table range is not entered correctly. Means while selecting the table array, I have not selected the lookup values column in the very first column. Means the column containing the lookup value must be at the first, and the table array must go right of it. For example, if I do here as well, so I will just go to the billing counter sheet and I'll just show you this table array. If I select from here, means not from the unique name column, so see what happens. This is again an NA. Next, if you're copying VLOOKUP but the table reference is not locked, now if we see the same Excel, now in case we copy the VLOOKUP to the next cell, we find that automatically the value has been updated to 0, which is a wrong value. So as we read here, that if you're copying the VLOOKUP but the table reference is not locked, so now what happened, the reference we selected, like here, what is the reference? We have the 3 reference cells, E3 is the lookup value, and from table array we have 2, F and G column. So these, if we do not lock them and we copy them to any other cell like we did right now, see the reference automatically got changed. Here it was E3, in the new copied cell it became F3. Similarly, the columns of table array F and G are automatically changed to G and H. Means everything has got just one column shifted just because we copied one column ahead. Now how to solve this? To solve this, we can just lock the reference. To lock the reference, we just have to add a simple dollar symbol to lock them. To add, let's add dollar here at E3, at F, and also at G, like this. Okay, so now as we can see the dollars have already been added. If we copy this now, then the value is same, it does not change. So this is what we call locking the references in the Excel. So friends, we saw VLOOKUP, how to do VLOOKUP. We saw the exact match as well as the approximate match. Along with it, I told you all the possible errors which can result in getting an any value in the VLOOKUP. I hope this was very clear and you can gain a lot of confidence in VLOOKUP now. So friends, thank you for watching. I hope you liked the video. Do share your feedback in the comment section. I shall be updating more videos in the series Let's Get Smarter at Work, which will make your work more simpler, easier and accurate. Do like our video and subscribe to our channel Engineer by Passion. Work less to do more. Thank you.